Broadcasting from the Eagles turf, it's Smokin Sounds, the ultimate podcast for cigar and pipe enthusiasts and those looking to embark on a journey where who knows comes from. What's up, everybody? It's Sean, one of the hosts of Smokin Sounds, and joining me is a man who needs no introduction. Say his name. He'll be there. It's Justin!
Yeah, I believe. I tell you what, love Joe Hendry. How is everybody doing? We are back for the attack in black here right before Halloween. So trick or treat, everybody.
That's right. Trick or treat. Bring us something good, like a filthy Ghooligan.
We will be smoking the filthy Ghooligan today, and Sean's going to tell us about that.
Yeah.
But just a word to the wise. Speaking of Halloween, so I got that Peacock membership from like Walmart Plus. You know, like you sign up for the app and they give you.
Right.
But they only give you, a word to the wise, they only give you some sample movies and shows. So I was all ready to watch Halloween Havoc last Saturday. Nothing doing.
Nothing. They weren't there.
Oh, so I was very disappointed about that. And believe me, I was on the internet within minutes, voicing my extreme displeasure. So yeah.
As you should have been.
So anyway, but definitely looking forward to Halloween, and definitely looking forward to. Now, one of the traditions I have is that usually either on Halloween night or Christmas Eve, I watch The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
And if you guys don't know, that one is just a great little show. I didn't grow up with it. I was already like out on my own, and when that came around. But
yeah.
But I just kind of glommed onto it, and
that is one of Emery's favorite, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that here in a second. I've got the cable plugged into your phone, Justin, there. If you want to start the music, hey, I forgot to mention, this episode is sponsored by Smoky Justice Cigar Lounge. Find Ralphie on Instagram at Smoky, S-M-O-K-Y, Justice. When we were in Salem, there was a really good Jack the Skeleton guy, and so Emery was just so happy to get picture taken with him and stuff, and we'll get into more about that here in just a few. But as you're looking to start that music there, Justin, I think we will check out the Smokin Sounds Smokin Report. So while you're doing that, I'll kind of tell you about what I've been smoking on here recently.
Right on, man.
So I gave you one of the Ferriotego Timeless, the old Nat Sherman blends from Michael Herxlox and all of them over there at Ferriotego. I absolutely had the absolute pleasure of meeting Paul, who owns Horsepower Cigar Lounge.
Horsepower.
In Connecticut, yeah. And it was cool because all his tables and stuff were made from tires from his old stock cars. And
I think my phone's going.
Okay. And so, it should be playing. I'm not hearing it. But yeah, so he had all this stuff in his lounge from all of his old race cars and stuff. And I knew that if I wanted to buy cigars before we got over to New York, I better do it while in Connecticut, because New York prices are just simply ridiculous.
Now, what'd you say it was like?
It's
90?
like, yeah, I thought I had heard 90% tobacco tax. Somebody else told me 73%. Either way, that is just absolutely ridiculous. But I will tell you, I picked up the Timeless and the Metropolitan series, and the Metropolitan Maduro was absolutely fantastic. It was a $10 price point on that stick. I know smokingpipes.com has them, so I would highly recommend those. And then I also smoked the Paul. Another recommendation was Warped. From Warped, the Nicotina. They utilize Aganorsa tobacco. Man, it was full body, but man, what a fantastic cigar. So, but is it not coming on there?
I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it is.
Let me see here. All right, so why don't you tell us what you've been smoking, and I'll see if I can mess with this a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, it's been kind of hard to smoke here at the Herf. There it goes. Sound like?
Yeah,
I think.
Well,
so it's been kind of hit or miss, but definitely since we last since we last talked about like the OU game and all that kind of stuff, it has been kind of hit or miss. But I will say this: I have discovered Granger. Again, for you pipe tobacco fans, it's a straight burley. It's just really, really simple, and especially on kind of a rainy, cool night, it's just perfect with a beer and or coffee. So listen, if you haven't tried Granger pipe tobacco in a minute. Maybe you remember it from years ago. Maybe you remember it, from a little bit. Then I would definitely try it again because they have resurrected that brand as they have all the other like Velvet and Half and Half and Sir Walter Raleigh and those Sir Walter Raleigh aromatic. And Granger, of course, is right in there with, I love the old Codger blends for my pipe. And so definitely have kind of rediscovered that. It's one of those you can kind of feel it, and then when you get tired of being cold or in the rain or with the mosquitoes or whatever, you can definitely avail yourself of, and just leave it out there, whatever. Definitely in a corncob pipe. By the way, the Christmas.
I'm just gonna have to play music kind of in the background. Something's wrong with the cable or something, so we'll just kind of run some music in the background or something. How about that?
All right.
So I didn't mean to interrupt you there,
That's
buddy.
all right. No, that's all right. So we have a little ambient Halloween music. But yeah, I love Halloween music. Like iHeart has a Halloween station. Of course, Sirius XM has Scream Radio, which they tell stories and do sound effects and have soundtrack music. Dealing with scary movies and such. Absolutely wonderful. Of course, Soma FM has Doomed, where it's Halloween all year round, and the Dark Zone. You guys have seen me post about that. Kind of letting everybody know about the stations and all that kind of stuff. So this is definitely my favorite. I think the only holiday I like better than this one is Thanksgiving, because of course you're just expected to show up and eat.
Yeah.
This one you just show up like with candy and you're good.
That's right, especially at my house.
Yeah.
Dude, my kids love you. They don't even have to know you. I'm worried they're going to actually be the ones that get tricked by that white van that says free candy on the side of it. Because, yeah, you're right. Thanksgiving, you just show up and eat. So if you want to turn yours on, I'll kind of pot this one down, and you can start the Sirius XM one. So, but, so we'll go ahead and wrap up the Smokin' Sound Smokin' Report, brought to you by...
Who is it?
Let's see. It's a surprise today. It's brought to you by Cody from Kentucky Gentleman Cigars. Find him on Instagram at KY Gentleman Cigar. Man, Cody, he sent us a whole bunch of cigars that he blends there from the Kentucky Gentleman Cigars, and I cannot wait for us to have him on and to get into that with him. So that'll be an episode hopefully we'll have coming up. I ran into the mayor, Michael, yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man, he looked good. He said, man, he's just got tons of positive feedback from being on with us. And,
excellent.
And, he's still one of our biggest fans, and so we appreciate that, Your Honor. And so we are going to be smoking Alec Bradley's Black Market Filthy Ghooligan.
All right, so tell us about that.
Okay, so... I'm going to pull up my notes here because, well, finally I have some notes. From the twisted minds at Alec Bradley comes the cigar of your dreams. Or should we say nightmares? The Filthy Ghooligan is the spooky cousin of the popular Filthy Hooligan, which we smoked on our St. Patrick's episode.
Yep.
Annual release. And this scary good barber pole delivers a smooth, sweet, and satisfying smoke experience for Halloween and beyond. Cloaked in rich U.S. broadleaf and bold Ecuadorian Habano wrappers, the Filthy Ghooligan is the ideal cigar for a dark and stormy night. Ring gauge 50, length 60.
so excellent.
So that's a little bit on the Filthy Ghooligan. I'm expecting to get some nice chocolate notes out of this since it's a broadleaf. I'm going to borrow your torch here, buddy, so I can start kind of lighting this up.
Little running with the devil. Now, so the station we kind of have on the background here is the Freaky 50 from Sirius XM. They kind of do all kinds of Halloween music, but a little bit on the heavier side. It's not quite so, for the kids.
Oh, man. Man, this is awesome. I can't wait for you to light yours up.
All right. So I'm going to just do it. See, guys, we are literally on the front porch.
That's right.
Just kind of doing this, no fancy studio.
I think we're out of juice on this lighter.
Are we?
Yep. I don't know if you have your other one. But I'll just kind of fill some time here while you go get that other lighter. So last year at this time, I was fortunate enough to have brother. So about this time last year, I was fortunate enough to have brother Alan Wolf, Howlin' with Big Al, joined me last Halloween to record the Halloween episode, and I was just talking with him and Raul earlier. It was nice to be talking with those boys. They're about to have a throwdown. They're going to have a Wild Turkey 101 drink-off, Justin. They are going to be battling drinking Wild Turkey 101. So that's going to be fun to see who wins. They're doing a bunch of smack talking right now, like, let me tell you something, Mean Gene, brother.
So I wonder how you decide, is it you can drink the most without falling over or blacking out, or I wonder how you decide who the winner is.
Well, as long as O'Reilly's doesn't show up, Raul might win, because I think I don't know, Brother Allen might be able to put it down, so we'll see. But, man, just getting into the foot of this Filthy Ghooligan, it has got some very nice aromatics. And let's see, I'm getting definitely some sweetness. Not sweet like the Deadwoods, but definitely getting some of that cocoa and definitely some earth coming through there. We used a straight cut on mine. I think you did a straight cut on yours as well.
Yes.
And
Guillotine.
Just a beautiful barber pole. And I love the band, the Filthy Ghooligan. It's got some ghost on the band, and this is part of their Black Market series. Again, we had the Filthy Hooligan on our St. Patrick's Day episode, so if you'd like to hear more about that, please go back and listen to that one. So what else has been going on, Brother Justin?
Well, just not a whole lot. Just kind of doing what we do, and it was my wife's birthday.
I was fixing to say, somebody had a birthday, didn't they?
Yeah, and so one of our traditions now, it started like yesterday, but is homemade beef stew. Now, if you've ever had homemade with everything freshly chopped and everything, that is always so good. So have that. I got a new irritation. I got got her a clock that chimes on the hour, plays like a little tune on the hour and stuff.
Well, now you did that to yourself.
I know. It's,
but if the wife's happy, what is it? Happy life, happy wife. So
I always say, happy spouses, happy houses.
There you go. So very, very happy birthday to little D. Turning 38 this year.
Again.
I wasn't going to say that, but, that's why he's America's second favorite amateur drinker.
That's right. So, yeah.
Well, if you don't mind, I think I'll get into a little bit of our. I purposely did not fill you in a lot on the trip. It wasn't because I didn't want to, because trust me, every 5 seconds I was taking out my phone like, oh shit, I got to text Justin this, and I was like, no, because I didn't. I wanted to be all new when you heard it.
So,
right.
Okay, so just before we get started, so I finally got mine going here, my filthy Ghooligan, and yeah, it does remind me of the Hooligan, actually, but with a little more spice, a little more depth of flavor, and again, I think this is like the second barber pole I've had.
Third.
That's right.
These nuts from Tomas.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh my gosh,
my favorite barber pole.
So just so we kind of keep the cigar talk here, guys. Tell me what you think about this. So I was watching. Who's that guy? Holtz Cigar.
Yes, Holtz.
Yeah. So now those guys know way more than we do, and
way more.
No, I'm sorry, not Holtz. Cigars Daily.
Oh yes, yeah. He's great too,
and he knows way more than us. but he was saying if your cigar is cracked, because that reminded me, I have a Wolfhound from Tomas that I mishandled. Nothing wrong with it. It was a user error. But he said you could actually use unflavored chapstick and put it on the inside of the leaf and then put that leaf back over it.
Oh wow!
And now my cure for the cracked cigar is you can get these rice papers from Amazon, and they have to be made over and the nonstick kind, like you might roll the cigarette in,
right?
And you just lick the whole thing and put it over there. It doesn't look pretty, but it won't flavor the cigar, but it has to be the rice papers, not any other like bamboo or anything like that.
But unflavored chapstick.
Yeah, unflavored chapstick.
So not like the wintergreen that I carry in my pocket or anything.
No. You'll have a wintergreen cigar, and that would be interesting. So guys, just leave us a little feedback if you have a little hack like that. I'd love to pass on these little bits of knowledge. Like, hey, we all ran into that
right
every once in a while. So but I had never thought about chapstick before.
Well, and it's just like, using the straight cut if you're always a little worried about maybe cutting too much past that cap end. But again, they have the perfect cutters, and then just like your method, you stick your cigar in the cutter, set it in the ashtray. You're going to get a pretty good cut that way.
Oh yeah, just open up the guillotine all the way and set it down there on the floor of the ashtray. Then put your cigar in the middle and just bring it, and then that'll stop you from cutting off too much.
Yeah, and then. So 10 Killer has a new single coming out this Saturday, November 1st. So make sure you're looking out for that, because I know a lot of our listeners love the band 10 Killer, as do we. I forgot to mention that earlier. But so without further ado, I think I want to tell you a little bit about our trip to Salem, Massachusetts, Justin.
Okay, so we're here on the front porch of the Eagle Surf, and so we've got our cigars lit, got a little radio in the background.
That's right.
So take us through it, Sean.
So we departed Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we flew into Charlotte, North Carolina, which I wish I would have had a little bit more time there. Brother Bo from the Pipe and Tamper podcast, he is in about an hour and a half outside of Charlotte. That would have been really cool to be able to meet up with him and have a quick smoke. But we actually had, I know you guys are all really loving to hear all this talk, but we actually had great flights. Like, all of our flights were not only on time, but we were about 30 minutes early to arrive at each of our destinations, which I don't fly a lot, so that I feel like that's pretty lucky. That doesn't happen all the time. But we made it in to Boston, Massachusetts, and just a fantastic airport. And we had rented a car, and so I was kind of worried about that, but they made it as simple as could be to get from the airport to the rental car. And so off to Salem, Massachusetts we went. And I will be honest. This has always kind of been on my wife's bucket list of trips she wanted to take. She absolutely loves all the movies about the Salem witch trials and all this stuff. And I was a bit excited. It was going to be a new experience. But once we got into Salem, it felt different. Like, it felt like Halloween. Like, I've heard it described as like the adult or not adult, I'm sorry, Disneyland, but for Halloween. And that would be a pretty good description because, Justin, let me tell you, man, these people go all out to make sure you are having a great time. They embrace, listen, I'm not asking you to believe in witches and spells, but listen, they embrace this. Now, there is a lot of documented history on the Salem witch trials and all that stuff. But like the movie Hocus Pocus, that city has embraced the hell out of this, Justin, and they want to make sure that you are having just a phenomenal time. So one of the first things I learned from a lady was the Salem High School mascot is the witches. So on the side of their football helmets is witches. We met a Salem police officer who was very happy and quick to show us that on their badges and patches are witches. So it's even part of their ensemble for their patrol uniforms and stuff.
Wow.
So Salem has definitely embraced this whole witches stuff. And I will say we picked a perfect weekend to go because they say from October 1st to October 31st, Salem doesn't stop. It is 7 days a week, almost 20 hours a day. It's hustle and bustle. And you think about, I thought Salem was a smaller town than it was, but a lot of these people make their income for the majority of their year during the month of October.
Oh, I imagine, yeah.
I unfortunately did not run into any cigar shops in Salem. I did meet Paul in Connecticut, but that was after our first bout at Salem, and I'll kind of talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. But so the first night we didn't really know what to expect, and we just kind of stumbled onto Essex Street. That's the big street in Salem, and man, let me tell you, it was a throwdown everywhere. They had Ferris wheels going. And people are, you want to talk about dressed up, Justin? They are dressed up. Any and every character you can think of, you're going to meet them in Salem. And it's we had just such a pleasure with meeting all the different people. And then the second day in Salem, we took a walking ghost vampire witches tour with Michael. He's like the #1 rated tour guide on TripAdvisor. So if you are going to Salem, I highly recommend looking up Michael. Listen, it was we actually did it during the day. I thought I had booked it at night, but we had actually booked it during the day. And so we did it's about an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes walking around Salem. And Michael provided some great insight and information about true events that actually happened in Salem in the 1600s, Justin. Think about that.
Wow.
1600s.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing a little bit of The Weekend.
Yeah, the Hills.
That's right.
From The Weekend.
So,
See?
yeah.
All right, so
I guess that's not a song I think of when I think of Halloween.
Well, I think it has like a scary vibe. I think that's kind of what they're going for.
Okay.
And they talk about the hills have eyes. The hills have eyes. If you guys know that phrase, I can't remember what movie it's from, but it's from a scary movie.
But so we thoroughly enjoyed the walking tour of Salem, and just checking out all the shops and all the little restaurants. If you do want to make plans to go to Salem during the month of October, I highly suggest looking at booking your stuff now, because that stuff fills up quick, and the quicker it fills up, the more expensive it is. The Hawthorne Hotel is right in downtown Salem. We unfortunately did not have the pleasure of staying there, but it's supposedly haunted, and it is just a beautiful sight. We got to go by Allison's house from the movie Hocus Pocus, so we kind of got to see and do a lot of that stuff there in Salem, and I just thought it was a beautiful time. So that's kind of the first part of Salem.
So that is excellent. So did you have all the kids with you?
Yes. So all three of the kids went, and they loved it.
So they were totally into it.
Yeah, and it wasn't like they weren't terrified, right? There were people that had on some pretty spooky costumes, but because of just the vibe and everybody having such a great time, the kids loved it. And I will tell you, if you are up in the Massachusetts area, be ready because you're going to be dunking. It's all Dunkin' Donuts up there, baby.
No daylight, huh?
No daylight. Like
no Krispy Kreme.
you barely find a Starbucks.
Oh wow! So is it pretty much just Dunkin' for all your coffee and
yes.
donut needs?
Now we did find a Starbucks in Salem. There was a little Starbucks, but I would say, man, it's crazy that I could not believe that Starbucks was just nowhere to be found. It was Dunkin' time. Excuse me, but yeah. So the second part of our trip, we were supposed to head up into New Hampshire and to Vermont to check out all the fall. Is it fall foliage? Am I saying that right?
Foliage.
Mm-hmm. But the weather got really bad, and we decided we didn't have a place to stay, and we were going to be on roads that we didn't know up in the mountains. So we chose to instead dip down into Connecticut. And let me tell you, Connecticut was beautiful. And we ended up out in just outside of Hartford, Connecticut, and got a little Airbnb, which ended up kind of being more of a blessing in disguise. Gave us a couple of days because I'm telling you, if you haven't traveled recently, trying to be in a hotel room with 5 people gets a little crowded pretty quickly. So,
and one bathroom.
Yes. So the Airbnb, not only gave us a chance to kind of spread out, but you also don't think, because we haven't flown as a family, this was our first time, how quickly you go through your clothes when you're traveling. You don't have the luxury of taking all the extras that you do when you're driving.
Right.
And so it also gave us a chance to get caught up on laundry and all that stuff. But there was a casino, I believe it was called the Mahogany Sun. It was probably one of the biggest Indian casinos I've ever seen outside of Las Vegas. And thank you so much. I cannot remember the gentleman's name because I did find a Starbucks in there. He helped me get back to my car. It was so big. He goes, brother, you look like you're lost. I said, well, sir, I am. He said, where'd you come in? I said, there was a Krispy Kreme. He goes, which one? We got 4 of them.
Wow.
So he helped me get back to my car. Michael Jordan had a restaurant in there. They had a Tesla car dealership in there. And they had a cigar lounge called Clay Pipes, which sounds like a great time, right, Justin?
Yeah, it does.
No pipes to be found in Clay Pipes.
Huh, in Clay Pipes?
And I did talk with the gentleman inside there because I thought, man, the kids were playing in the arcade. I thought I'll go grab a couple of sticks. And now they had a good selection if you were into Davidoff, CAO, Oliva, Perdomo, and the guy told me, he said, I don't carry a lot of boutiques because I've got to have stuff that'll sell. And I get that, right? He's in a casino, right? There's not many probably people coming in looking for crowned heads and stuff like that, like I was. But he is the one, he said, you got to check out Horsepower Cigar Lounge. And then I saw that, Michael Herclocks had said that they carried all the Ferio Tego stuff. So from our hotel, or from our Airbnb to Horsepower was 3.1 miles. So I told Jess and the kids, I said, I got to go, babes. See you in a little bit.
Exactly, man. That's for real.
And unfortunately, I wish we had been in Connecticut for one more night because the next night, Rick Rodriguez, owner of West Tampa Tobacco, and Nick Goss were both going to be at Horsepower Lounge.
Wow.
And so I just kind of missed him, but Paul was just an absolute fantastic human being. He definitely took care of Smokin' Sounds podcast, and we really much appreciate that. And everyone in the lounge was packed, and you would have thought everybody in there knew me. Well,
really?
Actually, I thought they did because when I walked in, another guy walked in behind me named Sean, and they all said, hey, Sean. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And I said, oh, y'all aren't talking to me.
What's up?
I thought I was somebody, Justin. Nah, wrong Sean. I thought, man, don't they know Smokin' Sounds?
Yeah, really.
But no, they were great people, extraordinary, just great host, and would recommend anybody in that part of Connecticut to go by and see Paul and everybody over at Horsepower. So, yeah.
See, the only thing I know about Connecticut, isn't that the headquarters of WWE is?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. Yes. So when we left Connecticut, we were heading to Sleepy Hollow, New York.
Uh-oh.
A beautiful town. We'll get into more of that in here in a minute. But traffic down I-95 or whatever it was is just horrible, right? So as we're kind of crossing from Connecticut into New York, we're in a dead stop, right? And this is like 11 o'clock in the morning, right? It's like you think it's past rush hour, but it's not. And I look to my right and I see the WWE headquarters. And I was like, Jess, we need to stop. I got to go talk to Triple H about something real quick.
To Paul Levesque.
Yeah. I guess, he's probably Paul at the headquarters. But no, unfortunately, I didn't get to stop. But it was cool to see. Like, it was one of those things that was unexpected, but I was so glad we ran into it, you know.
You just happen to be in the area, and see the WWE headquarters. Where I still remember in was it 2020? They had Money in the Bank there. They literally raced to the top of the office building, and the ladder was on the roof.
Oh wow!
And they were doing Money in the Bank.
I mean, that was a huge building, huge corporate office. So I could definitely see that happening. But
because back then they couldn't do with the audience,
right?
Couldn't have people, so they kind of did that.
But I'm going to tell you, we got into Sleepy Hollow, and the Sleepy Hollow now. Sleepy Hollow is a little town you can do in a day. It's not as big as Salem, but it's beautiful. Sleepy Hollow is a beautiful little town with a bunch of just beautiful people. And Jess, my wife, loves those little golden books. She used to buy them for the kids and stuff. And so they actually had the little golden book of the story of Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, wow.
And so we bought that in Sleepy Hollow, and then they had the official town stamp of Sleepy Hollow that they stamped all the books with. So
oh, my gosh. That's
pretty
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Did you? So no one was dressed as Ichabod Crane?
Oh, they were all dressed up. And again, just like Salem, in Sleepy Hollow, their high school team is the Horsemen. The police have the Headless Horseman on their badges, so they too have just incorporated that whole thing into their story.
Man, how cool would that be? So, by the way, if you're listening to Sleepy Hollow. I need a T-shirt that says whatever, like the Sleepy Hollow Horseman.
I know. I was going to go to the high school and get us some.
That would be so awesome because wrestling fans, they had the Four Horsemen back in the day.
That's right.
And
Ric Flair. Woo!
And then even later on they had the Horsewomen at NXT. So there's a kind of a connection there. But how cool would that be to have a T-shirt or a hat that the Horsemen?
I'll see what I can do.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're listening to Sleepy Hollow Town,
if you're listening to it,
come get you some. But man, so kind of into the second third of this filthy Ghooligan, I'd say it's probably a medium body.
Yeah, it's a solid medium.
Not too overpowering.
No, and but
pretty
again, I like
flavor.
that. I like that. I like the spice. I like the. And the flavor does kind of change with the barber pole. It does kind of it kind of goes back and forth. A little more dark, a little more light, a little more dark, a little more light.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Little spice, little chocolate, little earth.
I actually prefer this to the actual Filthy Hooligan.
Yeah, I would say that I think I'm probably enjoying this a little more than I did the Hooligan. This is one that I might even pick up since they are such a limited release during October. Just to have one, I'd like to have a little age on one and see kind of how it does.
Yeah.
But yeah. So make sure if you haven't already, make sure you get you a Filthy Ghooligan for tomorrow night. So when you're out trick or treating with the kids, you can be puffing on a Ghooligan. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but I'm going to be.
Well, I tell you what, half of our trick or treaters. That we get here at the Eagles Herf, they don't even come in costume.
They just show up.
They just show up like with a Walmart plastic bag, and like trick or treat.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, I'm cool with it, man. Hey. Kind of do your thing. But yeah. So hey, if they can not dress up, I can walk with the chillin' and
a stogie in hand.
And have a stogie in hand. That is for sure.
That's right. So, but yeah, so we loved Sleepy Hollow. We stayed in a little town called Terrytown right next to Sleepy Hollow, and which gave us the opportunity to we took the express train into New York City.
Uh-oh.
And that was overwhelming, to say the least. If you've not ever been to New York City, be prepared because as soon as you step into Grand Central Station, it's just that you just get that kind of overstimulated, overrushed feeling. New York is a very fast-moving town. And my only regret is I wish we had learned the subway system because we walked everywhere. And so we...
Wait, hold, Air Force One going over. Hold on.
That's some sort of fighter pilot jet thing. So we accidentally got to see a lot of the architect that you would want to see in New York. We got to see Times Square.
There's another one.
That's right.
Go get him, boys.
We got to see Times Square. We got to see Rockefeller Center. We got to see the MLB shop has a official store there. That was cool to see. Jess found a Harry Potter store. So we were at 52nd and 5th, I think it was. The Harry Potter store was at 22nd and 4th. So we had to walk 30-something blocks to get there. Needless to say, the kids were not our biggest fans after that trip.
That's good for it's good, builds character.
But I'm going to tell you, Justin, that New York pizza hits different.
Is that right?
Oh my God. I ate myself sick of New York pizza and I still wanted more. So there is a place down from the Tobacco Pouch here in Tulsa called NYC Pizza. And my sources tell me that the gentleman that owns it is from New York, and it is really about top quality New York style pizza. So the next time we find ourselves over by the Pouch, we're gonna go get some NYC pizza.
Oh my gosh! And since you've had the actual thing, you'll be able to compare. This is authentic, or
yes.
No, this is a knockoff, because you were there. So now, did you find any tobacco shops? I know you'd mentioned the taxes, but did you find any tobacco in New York?
So I didn't. So children, if you're listening, this is going to be the moment where I say earmuffs. So we are walking in New York City, and Emery, my youngest, turns and she says, "Daddy, look, they sell cigars." And they did. They also sold toys for women and toys for marijuana smoking. And Emery says, "Why does that woman not have a shirt on?" And I realized they probably were not going to have any Crowned Heads or Davidoffs or Ferriatagos in that cigar shop. And I was right. They had your Black and Milds and your Backwoods and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So we just kept trucking. That's a little D. The birthday girl just pulled up.
Oh wow! Okay. She's home a little early.
So I'll have to tell her. You guys will get to hear the real experience. We're going to make sure little D is able to make it up here on the porch and she doesn't fall. Because that would might be funny for the podcast, but not really funny for us. But yeah. So New York City was great. It was overwhelming. It was overstimulating to say the least. I wish we would have had a chance to see Central Park, and I really wanted to hook up with Jay Furman because he's just there in Long Island.
Hey Jay, what's up?
Time constraints and with the family, it was impossible to make it happen. So next time it most definitely will. Now that I'm a little bit more kind of in tune with what goes on in a major city like that, with transportation and all that stuff. Would absolutely have had the opportunity to meet up with Jay, but absolutely love that guy and his podcast and everything that him and Bo do over at Pipe and Tamper. Debbie, I got a couple of bags, and there is a cord running across here, so be careful coming up those steps. Hey, you can crash your podcast, just don't crash.
Yeah, just don't crash.
Everybody on the podcast is going to hear it. But yeah, you got. You're almost there.
I put a spell on you from 1958. Kind of on the background music here. Little D's making her way in. Because again, see, we are at this is a literal front porch of the Eagles Herf. So, it just happens like that.
Hey, happy birthday, by the way, Debbie.
Oh, thanks.
I get to tell you in person, not just on Facebook.
So
that's my microphone.
You turn, you turn,
okay.
I told him you turned 39 again.
For the 24th time.
For the 20.
14th time.
Look, Debbie just shows up and starts throwing jokes at us.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. But But yeah, so I wish I would have had the opportunity to meet up with Jay. That hopefully will happen in the next time we're up that way. But I will tell you, I absolutely loved Boston. So we went back to Boston and Salem for the final night, and I got to go to Fenway Park.
Oh wow, how was that?
Oh my God! So when we were in downtown New York City, we found ourselves right in front of this. I think it's St. Patrick's Cathedral. Right there, right?
Okay.
And I don't remember the year that was built and all that, but I can only say that I'm not Catholic, but there was a feeling like you felt something there, right? That feeling was almost the same at Fenway Park.
Huh, wow.
Like it was, you could tell that, and maybe it was just that historic feeling, right? Not maybe it wasn't spiritual, or maybe it was, but there is just a feeling. And I felt the same thing at Wrigley Field, the two oldest ballparks in America. And I've had the pleasure of visiting both of them now. And the next time I will take the tour of Fenway Park, rather than just kind of seeing it from the outside and the surrounding. But there is just something special about Fenway Park.
So speaking of baseball, what is it? Is it Game 6 tonight?
Game 6 tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, we have the Blue Jays are up 3-2 over the LA Dodgers.
Now I don't know which one I like better because I don't really have a dog in this fight, but
No.
So I would like to see somebody back-to-back World Series.
Okay.
You know, because it's never been done before. But I realize the Blue Jays haven't won in like 30-some years.
Right.
Haven't had a World Series championship. So, I'm kind of both ways on that. You know, I can root for either one. Back in the day, I can remember being a sports fan, and I used to always hope that the World Series was always a 4-game sweep.
Yeah.
So they kind of get it out of the way because NBA was coming on, NHL was coming on. College basketball was coming on, football was coming on, and there was just always so much, But then I became a Royals fan, and then I realized how valuable it was, even though the Royals haven't been in there since 2015? Yeah, 15. Yeah.
Yeah, and because the Cubs won it in 2016.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. See, our teams went back to back on us, brother.
Look at that, man. The
that was
Blue
it.
taking over.
That's right.
But then that's it. I mean, nothing since then. But but given how they're playing though, I think the Blue Jays kind of have this one.
The Blue Jays have put together a phenomenal team. If you would have asked me at the start, almost the start of the series, I would have said, I kind of would like to pull for the Blue Jays just because I love Vlad Guerrero Jr. The Blue Jays have just put together a phenomenal team. They've got Max Scherzer pitching for them, but after that game that Shohei Ohtani had was at the last game of the NLCS where he pitched 6 shutout innings and hit 3 home runs. We'll never see that again.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, that hasn't been done since. I don't even know that Babe Ruth ever did that.
No, I at least I heard that from the sportscasters. They said that had never been done before.
Yeah,
and
6. I mean, you pitch 6 shutout innings, and then you lead off with a home run, and then hit 2 more home runs. And what's even crazier now is with the rule changes, he's got to be a DH because the pitcher doesn't even hit anymore. So, which kind of worked out for them because when he was done pitching, he got to stay in as the DH.
Yeah.
But that Shohei, he turned out probably one of the greatest performances we will see in our lifetime.
Oh yeah. So definitely, if you're a baseball fan, you have to be loving. The only thing I didn't love, and I think they're going to have to fix this somehow, is that 18-inning game they had the other day. I was like, really? You mean we can't come up with a system?
You know what they call that?
What's that?
A double header. They played 2 full baseball games.
Right, man. Because, like in football, you have overtime scores tied. They have ways to do this, to get it over with. And that's my only 18 innings. That's ridiculous.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't remember who was calling game 1. But Kirk is the catcher for the Blue Jays, and he hit an absolute bomb, right? And it was only a single. And the announcer on Fox goes, "Man, what a hit by Charlie Kirk." Unfortunately, speed is not one of his strong points because he's kind of a short, stockier guy, and he's not blessed in the speed area. It didn't look like hell of a catcher, hell of a backstop. But I had to listen to that twice. I said, he just said that speed is not one of his strong suits. That was pretty funny. So,
well, I remember one time. That when Harry Carey was still doing
I loved Harry.
The announce so he was commenting on somebody on the outfield and how they kind of lost the ball in the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like you're looking up and you kind of and see you couldn't get away with this now because I swear he said something to the effect of, "Now that gentleman out there is Spanish. How is it he can't handle the sun in the outfield?" You know what I'm saying?
Harry used to say a lot of things that you cannot say.
I mean,
and that was before he got people's names wrong. Like the Cubs used to have a catcher, Giovanni Soto, and he would call him Geo Navy. I mean, it's just like Ryan Smanberg. Harry he was truly a bud man.
now I tell you what, the best though that they used to have when the Las Vegas Raiders first came on the scene, their radio broadcast that I was able to hear had Brent Musburger, doing the announcing, and that dude was always sounded drunk to me or intoxicated.
Las Vegas or Los Angeles?
No, this is back when Vegas first came online. When they were first because they switched announcers, they switched all that up.
Okay.
So, and he was always like, "Well, he got a touchdown. I just hope he can do it again, so maybe we can win this thing." Like this. And it was always just, I was like, oh my gosh, because you could tell the difference because then he would do like this Dr. Pepper commercial that he did, I'm sure, when he was sober, and he sounded so different.
That's funny.
He's like, "Dr. Pepper. The game, the drink for blah, 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 blah."
The official soda of Townsville,
right.
or whatever it is.
Yeah. And he was, but then he'd go back to the game and say, "Well, here we are, fourth quarter, and we're on the move here." And it was just awesome.
So, Justin, I wanted to ask you. So, Cornell and Dill has had a couple of new small batch releases. We've got the Carolina Red Flake that we need to smoke. But now, did they do a re-release of the Haunted Bookshop, or what was those? I wanted to kind of have you touch on a couple of those.
It's okay. So, they did From Beyond. They brought that one back.
That's it, From Beyond.
From
yes.
Beyond. And then, no, Haunted Bookshop, they just bring that out. And they have re-released, for the holiday season, they have re-released We Three Kings.
That's the other one, yes.
So, for your holiday enjoyment, I always hoped that they would bring back, they used to have one called Corn Cob Pipe and a Button Nose.
Oh, wow.
And so.
For Frosty?
Yeah, kind of a, but yeah, these are really good blends that unfortunately are not available all the time. So you really have to grab them up when you have a chance. Like the Beast. And by the way, the more of the Beast I smoke, just the more I love it. When it comes out again, I'm going to be there.
I'm glad you're enjoying that
because it is just, and Folklore. I don't enjoy it as much, but Folklore is another one. I would definitely, particularly if you're a Virginia fan. See, we're talking little pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
Here. Folklore is your jam. When you see it again, grab it. You need to get down. Now, I've not had From Beyond. I have, and the other one I'm looking forward to is it's not a small batch. It's called Awakened Elder. It's kind of an English.
Ooh.
It's kind of an English because one of my all-time favorite English blends is Presbyterian Mixture.
Yes.
So I'm just anxious to see if they're trying to kind of do their own version, their own take on that kind of blend.
So when I was up in the north, Kevin, a gentleman on Instagram, he's at KEVSKI32. Had been chatting with him. He lives up in that area, and he messaged me because he is a cigar smoker, but he is primarily a pipe smoker, like you, Justin. And he recommended there is a shop in Boston, LJ Peritico. It's Peretti. Peretti. Have you heard of them?
I have heard of them.
Okay, he said they have been blending their own pipe tobacco forever, and so I was going to try to get by and get you some of their pipe tobacco, but unfortunately just ran out of time being able to get by there. But so that'll be on the bucket list for the next time. But this looked like a beautiful place. I wish I would have had a chance to stop by and grab some of their pipe tobaccos.
Now, I only know Peretti because they are a manufacturer of high-end pipes. I know, yes, I know they make the tobaccos. I don't know too much about them, but they have their own that are prized by collectors.
Okay.
You know, so. And speaking of that, kind of a little more down to earth, guys, go to corncobpipe.com and look at that Christmas pipe that they have out.
Is that the one from Peterson?
No.
Oh, no, you're from Missouri Meerschaum?
Yeah, yes, Missouri Meerschaum. Definitely that one that's that volcano style pipe. That's one of my favorite styles. And Psycho Killer
There we
from
go.
Talking Heads.
I was getting caught up in it.
See, guys, what other podcast would do this? We just put Sirius XM, the Freaky 50 on. We don't know what's coming up. They had little Halsey just a minute ago, and now they have Talking Heads. See, nobody else would do it. Everybody else wants to be too scripted, too safe. We don't care.
No, not at all.
And I mean, if I could, I would have even put on like Doomed from Soma FM. Guys, if you're not into Soma FM, they have some really eclectic channels and stuff. A lot of electronic music, but and we've talked about them. We had them on our. Speaking of St. Patrick's, remember we had that their Thistle and Shamrock.
That's right.
Or whatever it was.
That's right.
Yeah, we just played it. We just let it go. Like whatever they're going to do is whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, we just kind of let them. We just paired that with the Filthy Hooligan and went with it.
Oh yeah. So so. That's how we do. And so also wanted to mention kind of take a little business. Now we're back in the saddle here. So looking forward to Bourbon and Ash. They're going to be celebrating their 1 year anniversary.
That's right.
So November 15th and 16th?
Yeah, yep. In Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So if you're in the area, come by, and or if you're around here, definitely get over to one of our new favorite haunts. Get it, haunts?
That's right. Hey, I like what you did there.
For the 1 year anniversary. I mean, Josh has just done something really great. And by the way, too, I wonder, remember he mentioned they were doing some, putting in some new stuff.
Yeah.
I think all that's going to be done by then. Don't quote me on that. But I think it should be.
Yeah.
And so that go by and see that, buy a cigar from him.
Buy a couple, because man, he has really got that humidor stocked. He's got your West Tampa, your My Father's, your Outcast cigars. So Josh has really done a good job of getting that humidor stocked up with some good stuff over there.
Well, I tell you, so I'm down to the last third here of this.
What are you thinking about that?
It really mellows out. Like it really kind of just kind of settles down, and everybody just it all kind of blends together, like all the tastes and stuff. And I tell you guys, if you've had the Filthy Hooligan, if you can get one of these Ghouligans, I think you're going to be even more impressed. I think you're absolutely going to. Now, is this the first? I think this is the first Alec Bradley we've had, right?
No, because they do the Filthy Hooligan as well.
Well, right. But this is the only line we've had from them, right?
No, I've smoked their Magic Toast, which is a good one, and then I do have in the humidor for us the Gatekeeper.
The Gatekeeper,
which is supposed to be a phenomenal cigar. Haven't had a chance to smoke that one yet, but yeah, Alec Bradley is known. They make some some pretty good cigars, and they're kind of one that has just recently started showing up in our local humidors.
Yeah, because we're maybe not on that top tier, markets or whatever. So before we get too lost, so again, Halloween's coming up. And let me tell you all. Let me tell you all what I have always threatened to do, but I've never actually got the nerve to do it. So you remember how you'd go up? There'd be houses. You'd be trick or treating. You'd go up there, and there'd be a big old bowl of candy, and there'd be a little sign that said, "Please take one."
Yes.
Right? And of course, come on, people. Everyone knows. Everyone empties out that bowl as soon as they see it.
Right.
You know, no one. They take one bowl at a time. You know, but here's what I've always wanted to do, and Little D won't let me do it. I was just going to put a bowl out here and empty, and just put a little sign in the middle. Please take one.
There you
You know, and do that. But so of course we always loved trick or treating. I've always liked it cooler because I always got so hot, like in those styrofoam masks
Yes.
and stuff like that. I was always glad when it was cooler because many of the time we'd be trick or treating. It'd be like 70 degrees still at night here in Oklahoma, and wow, it just got hot, man. But I don't know. I mean, but other than that, and other than lots and lots of apple cider.
Yeah.
That was always like part of our big Halloween, but basically just sugar, apple cider, candy, apple cider, popcorn, apple cider, candy, then candy, then candy.
I used to love it when one of my favorite costumes was when I was Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi. My mom made me a cape and all that stuff, and I had the black like glove and stuff, and
Oh, wow.
I remember we were in like a little Halloween festival, and my friend at the time, I believe his name was Josh. It's been a few years way back, but he was dressed up as Darth Vader, and I was Luke Skywalker.
Awesome.
That was awesome. But one of my kind of more traumatic moments, if you will. I will share this on the podcast just to give everybody a good laugh here.
Halloween trauma.
That's right. Halloween trauma brought to you by KCGR. So I was probably, I don't know, third grade maybe. So I had two older half sisters, and my parents were going to a Halloween party dressed as the Blues Brothers at a friend's house across the street. So it was the job of my half sisters to kind of make sure that I got to get out and go trick-or-treating, right? Which was great, except for they thought it would be very fun to make little Sean watch Halloween before we went trick-or-treating, right? And Michael Myers scared the hell out of me. Well, it gets better. So we're out trick-or-treating. I've got my little knapsack full of dum-dums and dots and all your good candy products. Well, they also thought it would be a good idea to take little Sean into an empty field, which was probably no bigger than a couple of these houses here put together, and leave me there.
Uh-oh.
Well, in my mind, they had just dropped me off in Michael Myers town, and I knew, for a matter of fact, I was about to be his next victim. And I was running through that field, Justin. I was tripping over stuff that doesn't exist. I just knew Michael Myers was about to get my ass. All my suckers had spilled. I could have cared less about any of that candy.
So I can see your candy spilling out. You're like, I'm
Yes.
out of here.
I'm like, I just knew. I'm crying. I done ripped the ass out of my He-Man plastic costume that I had on. Everybody seeing my E.T. underoos I got on. But I made it out alive. Michael Myers didn't get me.
So were they just waiting for you at the end?
Yeah, laughing.
Oh, my God.
But what made me think of that was when we were in Salem, there were several guys that were dressed up as Michael Myers.
Uh-huh.
And they did the best job of just being in random places like you would not expect. Like you're just bopping along and all of a sudden, boom, there's Michael Myers. And it would make you kind of jump, right? Like, and they did they didn't say anything. They were just like, we're just there. And so that made me think of that time when I thought Michael Myers was going to get me.
Wow.
I said, look, he's still chasing my ass.
I remember, wow, and this is weird. This is like 25 years ago. You remember I was crashing at your pad, and we got that. Remember, you could pick out like tunes like for your cell phone back then, but they weren't like the good tunes like we have now. They were just like the beeps, and they would just make different. But they had a Halloween theme.
Yeah,
and I remember you saying, you was like, it's like, dude, I'll never get that. I so don't want that to wake me up at like 2 a.m.
Right.
Da 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 da.
See, that's probably part of that trauma. I just didn't remember it back then. But yeah, so, now do you guys watch any Halloween movies or anything?
Well, a lot of times what we do, of course, we watch The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It's kind of more of it's not so much the scary stuff. Now to me, I mean, I could, listen to like zombie apocalypse stuff like all day.
Every day.
And of course, I listen to Scream Radio, as I've mentioned. It's just fantastic. But for as we're waiting for trick-or-treaters and kind of getting in that spirit, generally, again, we have popcorn, we got candy for them and for us. But, it's a lot of that. And by the way, MeTV Tunes is going to play a lot of the Bugs Bunny Halloween stuff on how, because they do Bugs Bunny and Friends in the evening. So you guys, I have no life. So, but yeah, now a lot of people, the Halloween is like practical jokes and stuff like that. Now we never got into that. We just never got into
toilet paper in people's houses and things like that.
And honestly, there was a couple of times in my school career, and I've got to brag about it because it's one of the few times that I actually took the high road. There was a teacher that no one liked, and they were going to egg her house. They were going to, toss eggs all over it. Now, they went and did it, but I was like, I was like, no, why do that? But they actually got caught. They actually, and to tell you how wicked and bad this teacher was, so they got caught, and they all admitted to it, the guys who went, and again, I didn't, but they had to come over the next day and clean it all up, and she still brought them out like cookies and lemonade and stuff.
Oh, wow.
She was such a bad teacher. She was such a bad, a terrible person. She actually brought them cookies and lemonade because they cleaned up the mess that they made in the first place. So I don't know. I don't know about all that. And you can't do anymore like what they used to do. Like a lot of times you hear the old, like they'd put a pin in someone's doorbell so it'd keep going off. And
oh yeah.
See, like you can't do. They have like doorbell cams now. They'll be like, you'll be like on video.
You just straight get caught nowadays.
Yeah. So, but I will say too. Also, I wanted to mention too that a lot of times trick or treating has changed, and they do a lot more like where it's like these big parking lots or the malls, like where you go and get candy from each store, or for like trunk or treat, like different cars and stuff. And I would say that's actually pretty good as opposed to the way we used to do it, because it becomes more of a community event. Like it's more like all the families just together and well-lit area, this kind of thing. And so it is different, and I'm sure it'll change again over the years, but I like that. I like the fact a lot of kids now can just go to these central locations and get tons and tons of candy.
And that's what we did Sunday. Glenpool had their kind of spooktacular or whatever it was they called it, and they just did it there at the park. And because the rain and stuff had kind of messed up the soccer field, they did it around the paved path, and they had all the people that wanted to pass out candy and stuff. And yeah, it was cool because you get to see a lot of people out in the community and stuff like that. And I'll tell you something we did in Salem that was cool. Is after our first couple of days when we were in Connecticut, we sat down with the kids and we watched the first Hocus Pocus again.
Oh, wow.
Just to see that, so we could kind of spot the places that we had just seen in the movie.
What if they still had the vacuum cleaner?
I don't know. But so they did not shoot Hocus Pocus 2 in Salem, but I got it on very good advice or knowledge or whatever you want to call it, detail. While in Salem, they are doing Hocus Pocus 3, and that is supposedly going to be shot all in Salem.
Oh, wow.
So it sounds like the producers and stuff of the movie heard the calls for them to be back in the town of Salem, which it is perfect for that movie. So I can't actually 100% confirm it, but it comes from a good source. We'll say.
Now I did see that. Aren't they going to do a remake of Friday the 13th?
I'd heard that.
Because now I will tell you guys this: the slasher movies that came out in the 80s. I mean, they really got stupid. Like they really just got out of hand, But I will say this: the first two Friday the 13th movies were genuinely scary.
Yes,
and because to me, it's only scary if it's halfway real. Right. Like if it's like Freddy coming through the phone and stuff like that. Come on, I mean it's gross and all that, but I mean it's not scary. It's just ridiculous to me. And we had talked about this when you remember when we saw Beetlejuice 2.
Yes.
And but yeah, the first and the last Halloween with Michael Myers. The one Halloween Ends, I think is what the last one.
Yeah.
Again, to me, it could happen.
Right.
Like that is a real possibility. So those I find are scary. So if you want to take a little trip down memory lane and go back to Crystal Lake, only the first two Friday the 13th movies.
Maddox is being Jason for Halloween, and so I asked him if he wanted to watch Friday the 13th the other night, and he said, "No, I think I'll pass." So I just don't think he's ready for it yet.
Well, yeah. How old is he now?
He's 12.
Yeah, he's getting there, but still.
He said I think I might be able to do Nightmare on Elm Street, but he wasn't quite sure about Friday the 13th, and so we'll probably watch that next season. I think maybe he'll be ready for it.
Well, and I tell you this, so I remember I saw the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I saw it at the theater. And the thing about that was, if you get a chance to watch them in the theater, I remember when it was dark and something was happening on the screen and everybody was screaming around you. And I tell you what, that was scarier than the movie.
Yes.
Fear is contagious.
Yeah.
And if everyone around you is screaming and scared, you start to get, a little afraid, even though you're in a theater, it's a movie, there's nothing to actually endanger you, but still, that if you ever get a chance to watch a good horror flick in the theater with a bunch of people, that's also a great experience.
Yeah, everybody's kind of on that Terrifier. They all like Art the Clown right now.
Oh my gosh! See, I can't watch that because I've. Oh, and speaking of Clyde, did you see that they're having that new series on HBO Max, Welcome to Derry?
I saw that. I haven't watched any of it yet.
So I read the book a long time ago, and it's a real good book. I don't know about this new movie, and honestly, a couple of the television series they made, it wasn't bad. They kind of missed the point of it, I thought. But read the book. It by Stephen King, and maybe watch this. This one actually looks pretty good. Speaking of scary stuff, and I posted this on my Facebook. Speaking of scary stuff, I think it's a mattress company, and they do this 24 hours without a sleep. You get confused, you get fatigue, and this lady's like, "Is anyone there?" and stuff like that, and then 48 hours without sleep, and she's screaming and stuff and running through the house, and then it just shows her asleep, on her mattress that you should get to make sure you get good sleep. And so I will say, and I said this in my Facebook post, guys, if you know, and I won't get into it, but daymares are real if you can't sleep. Yeah. Daymares are a thing, and even if you're having one, it's still scary. So guys, PSA, get plenty of sleep.
Take your melatonin.
Yeah, because but if you have a chance to see that on Facebook, they're doing some kind. It's great. It is just great.
Yeah, they Yeah, insomnia is a killer, man. I've had a couple of nights without, and it can get you real quick if you're not careful. You definitely want to make sure you're getting plenty of good sleep.
And everything scares you.
Yeah, so don't be trying to watch Art the Clown unless you've got that mattress.
Oh my! Yeah,
Mattress Firm.
Oh my gosh, man. So definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I've always had a thing about clowns, and I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
They were never funny. They were never like, all that. It was just clowns have always just been like, I'm like, ugh.
See, I always loved Bozo the Clown.
See, no, I can't do that. The closest I could get was like Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons.
Oh, from The Simpsons. Yeah. That's funny. And Krusty was a little creepy.
Well, yeah, he was, but I mean, he was kind of, but he was like a funny, and he was like supposed to be, but.
He smoked cigarettes and drank Duff beer, so he was good.
Duff beer.
So, final thoughts on the filthy Ghooligan there, Justin.
Well, okay. So, I will tell you that again. I think it's a much better cigar than the Filthy Hooligan, and I like this barber pole style.
Yeah,
I like what they're doing with that. And again, a lot of spice, and the flavor kind of fluctuates. So definitely, if you passing by in the store and see that, I would recommend you get one of those like before they disappear for the season.
Yeah, I think I really liked the broadleaf. I think I liked those chocolate notes that came through with that spice. It was kind of savory, sweet, and spicy. And you will notice on the artwork for this episode, we will be wearing Halloween mask. And I just thought it was fitting for you to be the pumpkin head.
Yeah, right on.
I thought that just had to be, right?
Speaking of that, too, I don't know how this is related, but speaking of that, don't forget to stop by our bonfire page, our Smokin' Sounds bonfire, because we have kind of our version of the Deadwood Girl
yes.
on a T-shirt, and yours truly has got to get one of those, and so I want you guys to have that. And of course, the Deadwood Girls are good like all year round. Like it doesn't have to be Halloween, but especially now. So just want you to stop by there. I'll post that on the Facebook page.
Yeah, and Pipe Mike wanted me to make sure that I let you know he does have those Deadwood Girls in.
Oh my gosh!
For the
Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos. Yes, those ones. He has those, and I told him, I said, "Yeah, Justin's gonna have to come by and get him one."
Oh my gosh, they are, and they're just they're just the right size,
yeah.
To have a really really decent smoke. So definitely now that we have Thanksgiving coming up,
oh yeah,
and so it's going to be like. Pumpkin spice everything and pecan pie everything. By the way, I tell you what, I'm a much bigger fan of pecan pie than pumpkin pie.
I used to love pumpkin pie. I still like it, but I can see myself leaning more towards a pecan pie.
Now let me tell you what. One of the ladies from our church, she makes a bourbon pecan pie.
I'm listening.
She'll actually put bourbon in the mix there, and it is so good. So if you want to just bring it up a notch, add a little bourbon to that. I mean, bourbon makes everything better.
See, and I think whenever we have Cody on from Kentucky Gentleman Cigars, that's when I would love to have Matt come on with some of Matt's Poor Decisions.
Oh yeah.
And give us some Kentucky bourbons or Kentucky whiskeys and or bourbons. I think that would just be a great episode. Everybody's going to love to hear, because if these cigars are half as good as they look, I mean, we're going to be in for a great surprise. Who's got Morrissey?
Now this is the Ramones.
The Ramones. I thought I heard Morrissey over there a minute ago.
Pet Sematary.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh
Another
yeah.
Stephen King related item there.
They know we're listening.
Yeah, and you'd mentioned Bonfire, and Ralphie from Smoky Justice. He was so kind enough to buy one of our shirts, and I thank you so much for that. But I thank you for letting me see what that design looks like in that color, because it made me really want to get on there and get one. So he got kind of the cream, kind of the lighter color one that has the cowboy that's kind of the knockoff of Marlboro. It says never miss a beat or a draw on the back.
Oh, yeah.
And it just looks fantastic. It looked really good on him too. So that made me say, you know what? I think I might need 1 or 5 of those.
Oh my gosh, yeah, man! I tell you what. So definitely stop by Bonfire and see what we're doing. Is new stuff a lot of the times, but
we'll have to figure out what our November release is going to be.
Ooh.
Maybe something pumpkin spice related.
Oh, I don't know.
Or pumpkin head related.
So you know what? If it's like, yeah, see, I can see like a little Justin with a pumpkin head with a cigar.
Oh, there we go.
See, guys, you are hearing live design talk.
That's right.
Now. Speaking of Halloween and seasonal, so right now, I just got the email today. Grinds has their caramel apple available for purchase. They had it where you could just get a can free with if you bought some other stuff, but you can now get that. And man, there's something about their pouches that I just think caramel apple would be awesome.
And I'm so glad you brought that up because this will be the official breaking news sound for this episode. Howling with Big Al. Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Get your Grinds coffee pouches at Walmart. They are in stock now. I saw them last night. GetGrinds.com. And definitely want to get those energy pouches. I love them. I've been using the white peaches in the morning. And I saw those at Justin. You can now get them at Walmart. Grinds is in Walmart. They're grinding. It's grindy time.
Well, and I tell you what, it's also, but it's weird. They have them like in the pharmacy section.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying on the thing, on the promo stuff.
It's it's by like the energy drinks and stuff, isn't it?
Well, they had just mentioned the pharmacy.
Yeah,
like you kind of go in that area of the store, and so definitely, guys, especially your more coffee flavors. Get that, man. Hit that with the cigar over the pipe. It's just awesome. It is just awesome. Now the white pouches, I don't think go as well with a cigar. Cigars.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They're good, but you definitely want the caramel apple, the cinnamon roll, the peanut butter cups. All those I think are more up what we're kind of talking about.
And Little D came by earlier. Peanut butter cups the only one that she really likes. That's like her one flavor that's
the one
really
she'll
takes.
throw down with.
Yeah. So definitely go by and get some of that.
Yeah, and I got one more quick. Got to say thank you to Ben from Beer and Hockey Co. He sent a hat from at Beer X Hockey Co. on Instagram. He's going to have some more stuff coming our way, Justin. We're going to get you a shirt with a Zamboni on it.
That's what I need.
That's
man.
right, baby. That is
what I need, man.
And Jason, the Dram Amateur, he commented on the hat and he said, "Man, I need one that says whiskey and hockey." And Ben said, "I got you. I'm making you one."
All right.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. He's going to get him one that says whiskey and hockey.
Oh, awesome, man. See,
so
guys,
we'll have to get Matt one of those.
It's just now, was it I saw today? Lounge Life has a brand new episode just dropped today.
That's right, Lounge Life episode.
So it's like cigars and slashers or something like that. So, guys, just want you to quick shout out to them. If you're on YouTube or whatever, give that a listen or a watch there. That's our guy Alan Wolf and Sticks by the Shore.
That's right, Rob. And then Raul, he's always got something going on.
Oh, my gosh.
He's always partying at the Moon Tower. I was watching one the other night. It had Jason at Slugworth Caps, and he had Jesse Rodriguez at J-Rod Cigar 1 on. Man, those guys were cracking me up. They are always so entertaining. And but I jumped on, was it last night? And I saw Raul had his little whiskey glass going, and he's got him. You know how we like to talk about Tiffy time?
Uh-huh.
So funny enough, when I was at Horsepower Cigar Lounge, Paul gave me a cigar from Karen Berger, she makes these cigars. And this particular one she made with AJ Fernandez. Well, Karen Berger is the cat's meow for forget O'Reilly's. Raul is all about Miss Karen Berger. So he is going to be getting, I think, a Karen Berger tattoo and all this. Man,
my gosh.
I don't know if he's really going to do that, but he should. But
He would.
But yeah, Raul, he's always throwing down, and Jacob Graham, he's been a really good supporter of ours. He's at _Graham_17, and Justin, Mr. at Tap on Stuff. These guys have just been really supporting the hell out of us, and I tell you another thing, I was really excited and just very honored to see. I kind of, we'd taken the week, we went on vacation, and we didn't really promote the podcast a lot and stuff. We had done the foundations, but thank you guys so much for just a hell of a week of downloads. I mean, you guys just have been killing it, supporting this little podcast, and I think I'm okay to speak for both of us. We just can't thank you enough for that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, I'm always amazed, when we have more than, like the first 20 downloads is like people that I know that I convinced them to give us a listen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
after that, I just can't imagine that two knuckleheads in Tulsa are able to do this. But we are. And again, we have a lot of big plans for the future. So we are, we're just cruising along. And all roads lead to the PCA.
That's right, and that's another. Paul is going to be at the PCA, so we have another booth we get to hang out with. If we need another home, so we have got several. We're going to be hanging out with Crowned Heads and Stallone and Foundation. We're just going to make all the friends, and we're going to have Brother Alan with us and Rob and the Leaf Cutters, Ben and Andy. I can't wait to hang out with those guys.
Oh yeah,
just friends that we have made through this awesome journey. If anything else, the PCA, if it's just an excuse to get down there and smoke cigars with all these people, I'm in.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly, man.
Well, what did we miss, Justin?
Well, I think we kind of got this for now. I know you got to get to another football game this evening.
Thank you for mentioning that. Congratulations to the Little Warriors, the Glenpool fifth grade Warriors have made the playoffs. So my daughter she got promoted, Justin. Emery is now a Flyer. So she's one of those that gets thrown up in the air and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And so she is just happy as she can be. So we are going to we went from having I almost got arrested at one of the football games because I forgot where I was at and I started to take my shirt off because it was so hot. I'm going to have to put more clothes on tonight.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be
transition into playoff football here.
Oh my gosh! Well, go Little Warriors.
That's right.
And remember, it doesn't mean a thing until we get a couple of lids.
That's right. Hey, another breaking news. I got a new favorite football team, Justin. Move over, Detroit Lions. The New England Patriots are here. I got to start rooting for the Patriots.
Why is that?
I just fell in love with that damn city.
Because you were up in that area right off.
Well,
man.
so look, I got to see Fenway. I got to see the Garden where the Celtics play. I got to see the arena where the Bruins play.
Wow.
We were gonna go out to Gillette but it was we chose to go back to Salem. But I fell in love with it up there. And, and I think maybe there was something, too, about being in Boston when we're fixing to embark on the 250th anniversary of this country.
Yeah, that's going to be next year. And
so think about it. They were fighting the American Revolutionary War at this time 249 years ago.
That's right, man.
And we got to
freedom's
see
not free.
We got to see the Old North Church and the cobblestone roads and the one if by land, two if by sea, the kind of where Paul Revere would have rode, and the haba as they call it. One other funny thing I wanted to tell you. So we stood out like a sore thumb with our accents.
I'm sure.
And so everybody's like, "Hey, where you from?" That's my Boston accent. And I'm not kidding you, Justin. I'd say, "Oh, we're from Tulsa." Hey, Tulsa King, I love Stallone. It's a good show. Forget about it. And so the first night we were there, we're in Andover, Massachusetts, at the Hilton Hotel. I'm smoking a cigar. And they're having this big conference. It's a developer conference. People are there from all over the world. And I'm talking to this gentleman. He is from Saudi Arabia, right?
Wow.
And we're just having, and he says, he asked me, he says, "Where are you from?" And I'm telling him I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma, knowing he's going to have no idea where the hell Tulsa, Oklahoma is. And what does he say? I love the Tulsa King.
Oh, my.
I started cracking up. And so it's cool that Sylvester has kind of put Tulsa on the map. But yeah, everybody that we met, boom. Hey, I love the Tulsa King.
Oh, speaking of that, listen.
There we go. Little Nightmare on My Street.
Yeah, see?
I remember when he was sued for this.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. The producers of Nightmare on Elm Street. Because the video it looked just like a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. But it is a Halloween classic. It is a must listen to.
Oh my gosh, yeah, definitely. So definitely, I think this is where we should sign off on, on a good note like that.
On a good note. So
definitely, keep listening for. We have again more big plans, and thank you for tuning in with us here at the Herf.
That's right. The holiday season is just starting on.
Oh my
Smokin'
gosh!
Sounds.
Oh yeah. So this is my favorite time of year.
Yes. So we'll say that's a wrap on this episode of Smokin' Sounds. Hey, follow us at Smoking Sounds Pod on Instagram and Facebook, and make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a beat
or a draw.
Hey, and if you would, please leave us a 5-star review. It just helps others find the podcast. So until next time, keep those cigars lit, your pipes packed, and your sounds smoking.